Folks, today I would like to talk to you about what happened in Sri Lanka. Before I do that, I want to make it very clear that I do not belong to any religion, any country, though I was born in a country and live in another country. I do not belong to any country. I do not belong to any ethnic group, any linguistic group. Because I talk in one specific language does not mean that I belong to those people who talk that language. I do not belong to division based on the color of the skin. I do not belong to any division that human beings have created. It's very, very, very hard for you to understand this. You will wonder whether such a person can exist. I mean, that's what will happen if your seventh chakra is open. Now, all the divisions in your mind about humanity, about life, about gods, etc., totally get destroyed. You become a totally new one, new person, new entity. Rather. So it's very difficult for you to understand this, but today's focus is not about me. Today's focus is about the incident that took place in Sri Lanka. I just mentioned that because you should not interpret my words thinking that I belong to this group or this division or that division. That's why I mentioned that I do not belong to any division of humanity. Now let's talk about what happened in Sri Lanka. I'm sure that most of you or all of you are already aware of the fact what happened. I don't have to tell you that. Some of you will feel extreme sadness. Some of you feel extreme fear that such things will happen to people you love or to you or to your countrymen or to a group that you belong to. In some cases, just sympathy, fear will turn into anger. The group which people claim to have been responsible for this kind of murder or killing. And that will create more killing. This is a vicious circle. This will not stop, as you all know. About 300 people losing their life, and many getting injured is small compared to what happened or what is happening every day in the world. Some powerful countries go and bomb people of another country just because in the powerful country's interest, the other country people are threats. You may not be aware of this, but it is happening every day. You have to dig deeply why this is happening. Many of you are thinking that there is nothing wrong in being in a group, in a religious group, or in any kind of division. There is nothing wrong in loving the God of your religion, in loving your country, in loving people who look like you. Many of you are thinking that my country should be a secular country. It should give me freedom to practice the religion that I love, and also it should give freedom to worship for others, though they are of different religion. This is what you call religious freedom. This is what most of the countries are trying to, or at least many of the countries are trying to achieve. Though some of the countries whose constitution clearly says that every religious group is equal, everybody is equal independent of the religious affinity, they are changing. They are changing to love one group of religious people versus another group. And they are up in arms to kill the other people, to protect one group of religious people. As I have been saying, that this is bound to happen. As long as you are dividing yourself, or people are dividing the humanity based on various divisions like religion, country, color of the skin, and so on and so on. What is the solution to this? Many of you will think that solution is to educate people that every religion is of the same, they're all worshipping same God. Every religion will ultimately take to the same God, whatever be their path, whatever religion they belong to. And some other people will think that no, it is not the case. They will think that my religion is the only religion which will take to the real God. People of another religion are worshipping false gods, and those they should be destroyed. They will suffer, they will go to hell, and so on and so on. In my view, this religious freedom is not freedom at all. Because suppose you belong to one religious group and people in that group are suffering or poor or finding it very difficult to survive. But in your country, people belonging to another religious group are prospering, they are well off, they enjoy the life. Then this kind of dislike, hatred among the people who are suffering, among the people who belong to one religion that is suffering, towards the other religious group which is prospering, will be very mild in most other people. They may not even notice it. But some of the people will think that it is my duty. I love my God. They will say, my God told me to make my people or his people to prosper. It is my God is telling me that my group should prosper, and they are suffering because another person, another group, another religious group of people are not letting my group of people to prosper, and they will go and kill the other people, destroy the other people. Even though they do not kill, they will try to make sure that other people do not prosper. This is inevitable. You may call such people are extremists. You may say that such extremists are always there in each religious group. I should not worry about it. But incidents like Sri Lanka should remind you of the problem of such extremist groups in your own religion. Out of this, everyone should realize that if we belong to any division, any human division, there will be always people in one division to get tempted to feel the hatred towards the other group, other division, and go and kill them. The real solution to this kind of problem that happened in Sri Lanka is not to belong to any religion, not belong to any division. God, whatever be the God of your religion, did not divide the earth, the human being living, into various countries. Human beings did. All the religions basically teach love, but there are always people who interpret that love as love to their God, love to their people, and to their country, and so on. It's extremely difficult to eradicate that trend of extremist actions. If people really realize this, they will understand it is the division in human mind that is causing all these issues, all these murderous activities, fear, and so on, sadness, etc. There is this extremely powerful love inside every human being. Every religious leader taught this. And that gets modified by the human mind where the divisions exist into attachment to a specific form of God, to a religious group, to a specific division. That's what you need to understand. God is that eternal love, unconditional love, but that gets modified by your mind, human mind, into attachment and causing all these kinds of problems. I talked about this in earlier videos. I will talk about this again and again because this is not going to go away very soon. So basically, the right reaction to what happened in Sri Lanka and also to similar events have taken place in other places is dig deeply inside you and realize that it is the human divisions in the human mind which is causing all these problems, and drop all the divisions and realize the eternal love inside you. That's what I want to teach you. The division is just another form of ignorance, human ignorance. My goal is to remove all such ignorance and make you feel this eternal love that's inside you. That is the only thing, and that is the only way to bring everlasting peace and happiness in the world. That's what I want to talk to you, folks. I'll talk to you soon on another important topic very soon.